Hey guys, it's Becky. It is June 9th and I'm 3 days post-op, or 2.5 maybe, from VSG surgery that I had on June 6th. My highest weight ever was 320. My, I don't know what well, I do know, I just don't have it written down in front of me. My weight the morning of surgery was 284. Before I went in, I came out at 291.8 from all the fluids they had filled me up with. And today I'm at 283.8. So I'm just now lower than when I ended my pre-op diet. So a couple things I wanted to talk about. The sheer amount of anxiety going into the surgery was crazy. I was fine. I was absolutely fine. Easy peasy. No big deal until they said, okay, let's go. And then I lost it. And luckily they had a shot of something. I don't know what it was, but that calmed me down enough to get back to the operating room and be knocked out. I feel like I woke up okay. I don't feel like I had any issues. I felt really good the first probably 12 hours after surgery. I was walking pretty quickly, with no issues, and sleeping appropriately, I guess, without issue. And then the gas hit. Thank you. And I thought I was going to die. It was all up in my left shoulder and like in my neck, which I've never had gas pain there before, but oh my God, I thought I was going to die. And it caused some, I don't know if it was that or the ice chips, but I was vomiting like a lot. Not a lot as far as volume, but often. Like I vomited frequently that first day. It didn't wear me out. It didn't like do anything. It sucked because my stomach was so tender already and I was throwing up. They thought that maybe the blood from the surgery was irritating my pouch and that's what caused me to throw up. But by the next day, or by late that evening, I had stopped. I didn't throw up anymore. No, not right now. So, I never ate, and I say ate loosely. I didn't even drink broth or anything in the hospital. I barely got a cup of water down. But that was apparently more than enough for them to let me go home. The next day, after coming home, the gas was still there, and my stomach, I found out very quickly, although I didn't realize it until later, what was happening. I did not tolerate cold liquids at all. Cold liquids would cramp up my stomach and it did not feel pleasant. It was a lot of pressure in my chest. But I could drink broth, warm broth like a champ. And so that's what I did for the last 2 days was broth. And the first couple of days, their expectation for fluid intake is 30 to 40 ounces. I'm sure I got at least the 30. I don't know that I necessarily got 40, but just trying, I have a hard time drinking warm liquid other than broth. So me just deciding, oh, well, I'll just drink room temperature water was not happening for me, because that's just not pleasant. Today, I woke up at like 4 in the morning for no reason. I wasn't in pain. I didn't have any alarms going off. Nothing happened. I just woke up wide awake and started watching TV, trying to, stay comfortable in bed. And eventually I just got up and I made a bowl of grits because today I get to add yogurt and full liquid, basically yogurt and grits, and creamy soups, as long as there's no chunks or anything like that. I wanted yogurt, but I was afraid that since I couldn't tolerate cold liquid, that wouldn't be a good idea. So I just made grits. And I used a baby spoon, and I didn't measure out like 2 to 4 tablespoons. I just ate. And I stopped. I don't think I stopped because I was full. I stopped because I feel like I just lost interest in eating. I was just done. So I put those away for later and watched some more TV, and I went on a walk around the block before everybody was up, and came back home and went back to bed for a couple of hours, and got back up and started my protein drink. I'm allowed to have protein now today. So I started sipping on that, and it is cold. I mix it with ice water. So I was really shocked that it hasn't made my stomach upset yet. I just have to watch how fast I drink it, because I have a tendency to, yes, I might be sipping, but I'm sipping really quickly. So I just have to be careful. I had my lunch was another portion of grits. I still have probably half a bowl left. But so I had that for lunch, and set my timer for 30 minutes so I could wait to drink anything after that. That's going to probably be really difficult for me, is drinking. You can't drink 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after you eat. So that's going to be a real challenge. But other than that, I feel really good. Walking is really helping. My abdomen is pretty tight. I apologize for saying a lot. That's just how I am. My abdomen is really tight, still sore, and I think my belly is swollen in the incision area where they pulled my stomach out. That's the sorest spot I have, but I'm trying to limit how many pain pills I take, because from everything that I hear, you start to feel better faster if you're not taking those. So I'm really trying to limit how many pain pills I take a day, because I don't want to be, not feeling myself and not pushing myself as far as I need to push myself to get healthy or to get well from the surgery. So I've been keeping a daily journal of gratitude and my thoughts and feelings over the first couple of days. And I hope to just remember to do it all the time. So I'm going to look down and see some of my notes. Let's see. If anyone is watching this and is thinking about having surgery or pre-op and getting ready to have surgery, all I can say is walking was the only thing that saved me from the gas pains. It felt so much better to be walking. Unfortunately, I can't walk just night and day, so I had to stop at some point. But if I could stand up, it felt like that gas pain would just, I don't know. It didn't dissipate necessarily, but it wasn't all in my shoulder. It was, able to move throughout my body. Warm broth. That was the only thing I could eat. That was better than bouillon. Is pretty tasty. I got the roast beef with seasonings, and then I got roasted chicken. Those were pretty good. Yeah, I guess I didn't write that much, but just thankful for my family. My husband and my mom and stepdad came to the hospital with me, and were there when I woke up, and my mother-in-law, you know, she watched the babies while I was at the hospital. And my grandma, I hadn't told my grandma, but she came over last night and was talking with the kids, and I went ahead and told her that I had had the surgery, and she was okay with it. She called me that night and this morning to make sure that I was feeling okay and if there was anything I could do or needed from her to do. So just grateful for my support system that I have. I haven't told many people, just not that I don't want to, I just haven't, because I don't talk to a lot of people or care that they know. I mean, if they ask, because at some point it's going to be obvious that something has happened, then I'll tell them, but until then, they can make their own assumptions. Anyway, I don't want to make this super long. It's already 11 minutes, so just want to say have a great day. I'm still alive and kicking, and very optimistic about my results. So I will check in and probably next week. See ya.